So I got the head finished. There it is. Pulled both valves and relapped them. There's the exhaust valve. Was fairly pitted, but came up pretty good. I think this exhaust valve might be cast iron and then machined versus the forged steel intake valve. Here's the two keepers that hold the valve cap on, hold the valve in. Spring forward, very soft valve springs. Mind you, this engine is only made to run at 1800 RPM max. Here's the intake valve, no keepers, so if this goes in, you have to ping this top of it over so it doesn't come out, so just slightly grind it off around the edges. And that would be it. So yeah, we got the nice slots for the put a screwdriver in them and relap them, you know, like this. So I relap them. Use this valve grinding compound. You only want to put this on the valve seat. Make sure it doesn't get on the valve stem or you'll ruin your valve guides. These valve guides are pretty worn in this head, as you can see. But it'll run. So there was some sort of longer extension on this, as you can see here, but it's all broken off. So, but it shouldn't affect the running of the motor. So this is similar to an old hit and miss engine because the intake operated, I mean the vacuum operated intake valve and so on. But it's not. It's a normal 4-stroke, fires in all, fires in every single 4 combustion stroke, you know. So I've decided to pull the piston out because the bore, you know, if it looks good, it is very glazed. So I'm gonna run the stones through and own it for oil. So the piston has to kind of, so I got to pull off the gas tank, which is the cast iron base, and you can see the brass carburetor. Which is this. So. But the gas tank has to be pulled off anyway, it's full of rust, so I'll pull the oil pan off and show you inside of the bottom end of this engine. So piston overall looks good. Hopefully it doesn't have any broken rings. Very little sideways movement. It did have the decompression since I bought it, but it's been sitting out, the valves pitted and lost compression. Hopefully the head gasket's still good. It's just copper ring, but it should be fine. These don't use any valve cover or anything, it's just the valve, the springs and everything are open, so you have to be constantly oiling it or they will wear out. And then dust gets in and moisture and everything, so it puts the valves up. So I just gotta oil it often. You can see the under the back under the back flywheel here, you can see the governor linkage. I'm not sure I have it bypassed. Just the spring. You have very simple weights inside behind the back flywheel for the governor. The carburetor does kind of worry me because you can see it has 2 throttle butterflies, the back and front one, but they're kind of bent, but should run. It's very simple. I mean, I have this tube going to the head, and you have another one which I have somewhere else, the air cleaner that goes up here, and it has a small closing thing for a choke down here, so there's no choke on the carburetor. It's in the tube is the air cleaner that goes on here. So yeah, so I'll do another video of the bottom end of the piston pulled out, though this will have to be cleaned off and really well before the piston comes out, because if not, it'll break the rings. So yeah.